can't get done. I'm like, yes, it can. Why not? I said, if these kids can't read, then I'm not going to propose. And all this, mom, dad, I'm going to look you in your face and say, this kid can't read. We let them down. School, parents, we let them down. But I'm not going to take them to the next grade knowing that they're not at grade level. It's funny because I'm always like, okay, how are schools successful? Well, schools are successful when they demand greatness. Greatness just doesn't come. We're about to make history. We're about to learn. We're about to grow. We're about to make history. And then, mark my words, it's going to be other school districts, other places around it that's going to be doing this thing. We're going to be the first model. And I'm speaking that into existence, okay? If you can really take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
Easy. It was productive. It was exciting. We will never leave Mr. Hurt's advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores is go through the roof because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking, please visit shurtschoolturnaroundspecialist.com.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is Sean Hurt, your school turnaround specialist, with another powerful Saturday morning podcast. So I need all of my educators, all of my friends, come on in, hit that share button, bring a partner, bring your leadership team, email your principal, bring somebody to this morning podcast. Once again, my name is Sean Hurt, school turnaround specialist, and I call myself the school turnaround specialist because I work with schools all over the world to help transform schools. Also, we call ourselves the Fantastic Four. Is myself at 10 o'clock, Create and Educate at 10:30, Principal Kafele at 11, and Dr. Josh Tarver and Dean Packard Sunday at 7 o'clock. So we call ourselves the Fantastic Four. We've been doing this for, I think, 200 plus episodes, and we just give out information to help support schools. So give me about 1 minute as I get all of my friends in. Good morning, Mrs. Melissa. Good morning, Dr. Jeter. Good morning to you. Good morning, Miss September. Good morning, Principal Kafele, my mentor, my mentor. Much love to you and the Queen over there. Good morning, Davis, Richard Davis from Vegas. I appreciate that love, that support. Good morning to you. Good morning, Real Purposeful. Good morning to you. Much love to you. Good morning, Miss Candace Spencer. So give me about 30 seconds. I still want to get some of my LinkedIn and Facebook folks in, and you need to go ahead and hit that share button with me. Let me know. We need to share this out. So I want to get a couple of my groups because they always say Hurt. You have good content, but we need to find you. We need to find you. So we just want to get some of those groups in, and I know it's a nice day. It's March. It is March. But when March come around, we still got a lot of work to do. This is crunch time. This is crunch time for a lot of schools. Crunch time. All right. About 20 more seconds. I want to make sure I got everybody in, got everybody ready to rock and roll. You know how we do it. You know exactly how we do it. So one more second as I get this one group said Hurt. You gotta get us in. So I'm gonna get you in. This is one principal group. They emailed me over the weekend last week. They said, Hurt, we heard about it, but why didn't you let us in? Okay, I'm gonna let you in. All right. I think I'm all set. All right, good. I'm all set. All right. So good morning once again. Sean Hurd School Turnaround Specials, and we are doing part two of the non-negotiable characteristics of high-performing schools. Last week we did part one. I couldn't get through it because it was so much information, but we are doing part two. So this is what I need you to do. Get that pen, paper out. I'm about to take you to a whole nother level. Principals, teachers in school districts. We're about to go to a whole nother level. So get that pencil paper out as we go to this whole nother level. And then make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. Make sure you go ahead and do that. All right. So I'm ready to go. So usually before I get started into my information, I always ask this thinking question. This is a thinking question. I want everybody to think about this and put it in the chat. We all ready? What keeps you up at night in education? What is keeping you up at night in education? What is keeping you up at night? The things that you think about constantly. So this week for me, what's keeping me up at night, and it's the same thing that kept me up last week, is state test is starting up in 5 to 7 weeks. Your state test is coming up in 5 to 7 weeks. What's keeping me up at night is that I need to know that principals are serious regarding this, because people can be promoted and go to the next level and a lot of excitement for schools and districts because they've increased their letter grade, their proficiency. On the other end, you can be a school that ends up closing, the principal ends up getting fired, relocated to another school, all those things because of the test scores. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. At the end of the day, been doing this since 1999. This is when I started in education, 1999, 25 years. That's how they judge the schools. And I'm going to be very specific. I've worked in Michigan. That's how they judge the schools in Michigan. You can be the nicest person, the sweetest person. Everybody on the staff can love you. You can throw pizza parties for the kids every day, every week. You can have all of the organizations coming in, the dads and all of the whatever it is. But at the end of the day, educators, my educators that's on here, listen to me very closely. It is about is your school achieving, and they look at your state test scores. So that's what's keeping me up at night. The other thing that's keeping me up at night is the same thing last week. Are we really preparing our principals to become principals? Are we really doing that? Are these people really being prepared? What I'm seeing is that I'm seeing principals, they're good principals, good educators, but they are put in schools where it should be a seasoned principals with a history of school turnaround, with a history of working with 700 kids, at a high school or middle school, with a history of that can do all of these things. And a lot of times what we're doing is that we're putting principals in these positions. We call it the hot seat. And this is called the hot seat. And after 2 years, 3 years, test scores go down. Principal is frustrated. Principal is burnt out. Teachers are leaving out of that particular school, going to another school. The list goes on and on. So what I'm asking myself, that's why I'm doing these podcasts. That's why I'm putting things on my Facebook page. Are principals really prepared for the hot seat? So I'm going to stop right there for about 10 seconds. Go ahead and put it in that chat. What's keeping you up at night? What's keeping you up at night? What are the things that you're thinking about? I see Ms. Griffin. Thank you, Ms. Michelle Perkins Griffin. State testing for CERN Scholars started last week here. Wow. So, I mean, that's big. That's big. Okay. Housekeeping notes. This week was a very busy but enjoyable week. I was able to work with 5 different school and leaders this week alone, 5 different ones. And man, it was a lot of work, but it was very rewarding work working with these 5 principals at 5 different schools, all in Michigan, getting them ready, having those conversations with them, talking about best practices, talking about how to look at data to drive the instruction, asking them, how they're doing, looking at budgets, everything that you need to be the principal, telling them that I'm encouraging them to spend 65% of their day, 65 or more. I'm going to say it again, 65 or more of their day looking at instruction in the classroom, in the hallways with the kids. The reason why I am telling these principals to do that is because if you get out of your office, you will see so much. You will understand how school should be ran. You will be able to make the right decisions. You will be able to know how to have a productive staff meeting, a productive PLC meeting. You will use the data to drive the instruction. So that's what I've been doing this week, and I'm so excited. So that's pretty much my monologue. So now we're going to go ahead and jump in it. The 20 non-negotiables, characteristics of high-performance school systems. Last week, I kind of talked about 5 or 6 of them, and I'm going to talk about, I'm looking at my notes, 4 of them on today. So I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to break it down. Hit that share button. Hit that like button. Let's get them algorithm going on. Let's go out there and let's go ahead and let's make this podcast one of the best podcasts ever. So now you ask the question, all right, Hurt, I want my school, I want my district to be great. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm ready to go. I am ready. I know it's March the 2nd. I know. But on Monday, no, not even on Monday, on Saturday, after I finish watching Create and Educate, after I finish watching Principal Kafele, at 2:00 on Saturday, I am like the kids say, standing on business. I am standing on business, and I'm about to change my school or my district. I know for 25, 30, 45, 50 years, they haven't seen this in this district. They haven't seen this in this state, but I am going to be the one that's going to change it today. I know there's somebody out there. So now I'm going to give you some characteristics. I'm going to give you some strategies that you can take with you that you will help you move your school and district. Oh, I'm fired up. I am fired up. I'm fired up. So let's go with this. One of the strategies is this: proven instructional programs are implemented with fidelity. Write it down. Please write it down. Proven. That means it's nothing that we pick. We're talking about proven. Proven instructional programs are implemented with fidelity. Well, what does that mean, Hurt? All right. So now I am looking at proven strategies, programs, the curriculum, PD, everything. I'm looking at things that other schools are doing that are high successful inner city and rural schools. So now I'm modeling after that. And then from there, I am putting that into my everyday practice, and I'm doing it with fidelity. I am not going to say, well, we did it for 2 months, 3 months, and it has not worked. No, we're going to do it, and you're going to monitor it. Whatever you monitor will take place. So that's why I am telling principals, superintendents, we must spend 65% or more of our time looking at it. So if I'm looking at it every day, I'm looking at it. I'm making sure it's done, not just to do it. Oh, well, Hurt, I'm going to check this box because you as the principal said do it. Don't do that. I want you to do it with fidelity. I want you to look at it. So, for example, what is one of the things that I can do with fidelity, Mr. Hurt? Is the thing that I like to have teachers do called short cycle assessments. If I teach the standard on Friday, we are going to test all 700 kids, 6th to 8th grade, on the standard that they was taught for this week. Now, with that being said, I'm going to get the data from all of my teachers before Monday morning so I can see, follow me very closely, how many of those kids got that standard or not? How many of those kids are showing mastery on that standard or not? How many of those kids do I need to work with in tier 2, tier 3? I'm not doing that just to do it, but I'm doing it with fidelity, and I am being consistent with it. We call it best practices. So let me just say, you're doing best practices with fidelity, and you're staying consistent with it. Proven instructional programs are implemented with fidelity. Proven. So now let's go with proven. I am putting programs in my district, in my school, that are proven, that will help support the learning that's taking place in the classroom. I'm going to go ahead and dig a little deeper. I was a principal in the inner city schools. 99% of my kids were Black students coming from inner city. So what I did in the beginning of my principalship, I looked at curriculum that was proven that can be able to help to increase reading and math for my Black kids coming from the inner city. I'm just being very, very honest with you. They had curriculum that was good, but it did not fit. Oh, I'm saying something good. It did not fit the population of my students and where they were coming from. So I had to find those proven curriculum that can fit my students. You see you see my background? Those are my students right there. And then from there, once I found them, I used it, and we used it with fidelity. We didn't do 25 or 30 things. I've said this. We did 4 or 5 things, very effective. I told my teachers, I told my school what we're going to do, and we did it every day. We monitor it, and if we had a bad week or if things wasn't going, we didn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. We tweaked it real quick, but we kept being consistent on what we were doing. Yes. Thank you, Ms. Spencer. Thank you. Ms. Spencer knows proven strategies and programs are done with. Yes. That's why you asked the question, why are our schools and districts not moving? It is not rocket science. If you did this right here, you would move your district. Just stuck with this right here. Yeah, hit that share button, y'all. Yes, I told you I am bringing it today. I am bringing it. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of seeing schools not perform. I'm tired. Create and Educate is tired. Principal Kafele is tired. Josh, we're tired. We're tired. We need this to move. We need these strategies to be implemented in these schools, in these districts. Next one. Come on, superintendents. I pray that I have about 25 superintendents on here. Just please listen to this next one. Superintendents, assistant superintendents, district people, please listen to this next one. Principals are selected based on proven performance. Principals are selected. That means I have 5 principal positions for the upcoming school year. These positions that I am selecting are based on proven performance. It is not based on popularity. It is not based on I like you. It is not based on because we went to high school together back in 1992. It is not based on because me and your grandmother go to the same church. It is not based on that. Come on now. I know I'm talking good on this one. Principals are selected on proven performance. If I select a principal, this person has proven to me that he or she can lead a inner city and rural school that's low achieving. You have proven to me that you have done that. Well, Hurt, how can I prove it if I've never been a principal? When you are an AP, show me, talk to me about the data that you can bring to the table that say that you have made changes, that you have implemented programs, that you have started this, that you have to have a boys and girls mentor program, that you know how to look at NWA I-Ready data to drive the instruction, that you can take the state blueprint in Atlanta, the state blueprint in California, New Jersey, Florida. You could take that state blueprint and say, you know what? I can increase student proficiency by 15 to 20 points based on me understanding the state blueprint and me spending 65% of my time in the classroom looking at instruction, and I can coach and direct that teacher, no matter if she has 25 years of experience or 25 days of experience. I am that instructional leader in that school, and I can help this school go to the next level. And like Principal Kafele say, I can make this a blue ribbon school. Once again, I can make this a blue ribbon school based on me being that principal, that instructional leader in the classroom. Come on, hit that. I told you, I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it. Principals are selected based on proven performance. Man, forget all of this buddy system. How can you have a buddy system where these kids need the best person in front of them? You got 12,000 students at your high school. We need the best principal in front of them. We don't need the friends and family package. We don't need because I went to church with your grandmother for 20 years. We don't need because you know how to dress sharp and you drive the nice car and you part of this sorority or fraternity. I need somebody proven sitting in those seat superintendents. Come on now. These kids don't got 3 or 4 years or another chance. First, second, ninth, 10th, they off to college. It's not no redo. I'm not 16 years old and say, oh, let me hit the redo button. Let me go back to the second grade so I can get the reading strategies. Let me go back 8 years. I got to hit the redo button. There's no redo to this. You got one chance and one chance only to make sure you impact education in your district or at your school. Yes, Ms. Griffin, that's funny. No, not the family and friends package. Come on. Yes, not the family friends package. We talking about non-negotiable characteristics of high-performance school systems. These are non-negotiable. When I say non-negotiable, that means we do not negotiate this. That it's not time for discussion. We're not going to put it on the table to vote. This is not a democracy. It's not a democracy with this. It's a dictatorship. This is how we are doing business because we're going to have high-performance school districts. These are non-negotiables. And when something's non-negotiable, that means you don't compromise it. You don't compromise. When that principal position is open, you don't just put anybody in there, oh, we need a warm body. Come on now. That makes no sense. I talked to a superintendent last week about that. You're not going to put a warm body in there. You need to find somebody that can be able to move this school. Next one. Regular analysis is part of the district's culture. Regular analysis is part of the district culture. That means once a month. See, I like to give how many times should I do this a year, a month? Once a month, you are analyzing the district's culture. You're looking at it through surveys, through just a field test. You're going to the schools. You're talking to parents. You are really analyzing the district culture. Now, it is not a good thing or a bad thing. You just need to know. You just need to have a fingerprint or pulse on what the people are saying. You need to have a fingerprint or pulse on what the people are saying in your district. How do they view your district? How do they view that school down the street? You know, they could love it. Now you got that feedback to say, man, I did not know that Schoner Elementary School, that principal, man, they love that principal in the community. I did not know that they moved up 15 school rankings on my school data. I did not know that, man, 35% of the kids are proficient. They moved up from 20 to 35. I did not. So you're analyzing the district once a month. And then now you can be able to give resources and help to the schools. You can be able to give money. You can be able to bring PDs in and do all those things for the schools and also at the district level to help move it. A lot of times we wait to the end of the year to analyze the district. Yes, we have board meetings every month and all those types. We'll go, but that's checking the boxes. Checking the boxes. Schools that are high performing, districts that are high performing, they do not check the box. Regular analysis is part of the district's culture. What is your district's culture? What is your district's culture? That's a question. What is your district's culture? Do they have a spirit of excellence? Or do they have an average spirit? Oh, we just want to get by. We just going to get by. Do they have the get by spirit, or do they have a spirit of excellence? Once again, as a building principal, our superintendent had a spirit of excellence. She demanded that all of her schools had a spirit of excellence. It was to the point where outside before they went into the school, is your school clean? Is the grass cut? Is there pop bottles in front of them? In the hallways, when we come to the schools, when you walk in the hallways, how does that look? Principal, if you're standing in front of 300 parents, and this was me as a principal, I wore a shirt and tie every day. They will tell you, I wore a shirt and tie every day. When I'm in front of the parents, when I'm doing parking duty, when I'm in front of 500 students, you will see a spirit of excellence was on me in my school. All right, stay with me. I got 2 more minutes. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me, please. Hit that share button. Hit that share button. Next thing. So I talked about 3. I talked about principals are selected based on proven performance. We talked about proven instructional programs are implemented with fidelity. We talked about number 3, regular analysis is part of the district culture. And the last one, number 4, is best practices are studied and shared. Best, not average, not good, not poor, best. When you are the best, you're number 1. So best practices are studied. I am studying this. I'm looking at it. I'm ingrained in it. I'm going on a Fantastic Four podcast. I've been on here for 2 years. Hurt, Create and Educate, Principal Kafele, Josh Tarver. I am studying best practices. And now on Saturday and Sunday, I've studied it. Now on Monday, I am sharing it at my school in my district. I'm sharing it. So these are the best practices. I've studied it. Even if you got to bring us down to your district, bring Hurt down to your district. Hurt, I know that you are a school turnarounds person. I know your expertise is inner city and rural schools, the mooded school. So I'm bringing Hurt in, and I am studying Hurt, and I am sharing his expertise with everybody else. So best practices are studied and shared. You can study for 8 hours, but you could be studying the wrong thing. You can study for 10 hours and you can be studying the wrong thing. You can be studying for 5 years, implementing things for 5 years, but it is the wrong thing. How do you know it's the wrong thing? Because it's not giving you the results that you desire. How do you know it's the wrong thing? Because you're studying things that they have never done what you want to accomplish. How can you study something or somebody or talk to somebody when they have not accomplished it? That blows my mind. If I'm trying to improve my school, if I'm trying to increase student achievement, I am bringing the best person who's ever done it. Have you done it at the middle, elementary, or high school level? Yes, I have, Sean. Okay, I'm going to bring you down, and you're going to tell me how you did it. And we're going to study it. We're going to study it and implement it. So I'm going to stop right there. It is 10:29. I need everybody to go over and support Create and Educate. Also, please give me some love. I need everybody to subscribe to my YouTube page. Subscribe to my YouTube page. I'm trying to get my subscriptions up. So thank you last week for subscribing. Tell your friends about it. Also, if you'd like for me to come down and support your school or district, hey, inbox me. We can make it work. So thank you very much. I see you same time next week, same time. Let's have a blessed week, and let's stay encouraged, and let's knock it out of the park. Thank you.